Good afternoon, Stitch Roadies. I'm so happy to be here with you, and thank you for stopping by. If you're new to this channel, it is a channel predominantly about cross-stitch and crafting, but it's also just a lot of jibber-jabbering. And I enjoy the company when I'm jibber-jabbering. It doesn't feel so, crazy when I know you're on the other side of that camera. Well, I have lots to share with you. I have had a wonderful last few days. I had a visitor from out of state, and we just got to spend some great stitchy time together. I have some finishes, some haul. I am excited about everything I'm about to show you, so stay tuned. So when I picked up my friend Karen at the airport, we naturally went directly to Acorns and Threads because she already had some pre-orders waiting for her. And I didn't intend to shop, but I couldn't help myself. It's like when you're shopping with girlfriends, you, no matter how much you tell yourself, I am not, I don't need, I am not, it's like the air. It's kind of like back in the day when you drive by a Kentucky Fried Chicken and they pump that scent out into the air and you'd smell it and suddenly you had a bucket of chicken in the car. It's kind of like that at Acorns and Threads. You intend to go through the door and have your big girl panties on, and you've got the whole speech going on in your head, but as soon as you hear the squealing, yeah, it's exactly like that. Acorns and Threads is the Kentucky Fried Chicken of cross-stitch. That's what I'm telling you. And they were having, every day things were arriving from Needlework Expo, and I had to immediately get these two charts, and so did my friend. And here they are. Look at those ornaments. And I couldn't just get the ones in red. I had to get the ones in blue, because all I could think about was, here's these, and they're kind of finished kind of like a flat fold. And they're so cute, but it would be so easy to personalize and put the year on these ornaments. Lila Studios, yeah, so I had to get those. And I had to talk to Janine because she's like my cross-stitch priest, where I have to run everything, sitting in the confessional, and I have to run everything by her. And I had decided I wanted a different fabric than I had chosen for the Scary Sampler by Beth Twist. I just love this. And I had picked this, it was a Belfast linen. That's all I remember. Let me see, is there anything in here that says what it was? Well, it was a Belfast linen that I had tea dyed, and it has kind of a cloud formation in it, and so, it's, you see the kind of cloudy stuff? I just thought it would be perfect. So Janine thought it would be perfect too, so I felt good about that. And while we were there, we ran into the mother-daughter team of Crafty Cottage, and I'll put that link down below for their YouTube. And they brought us gifts. I could not believe it. I was so tickled. I was so tickled. And you just have to see. I have big dreams to crochet. Isn't that adorable? And then look at this. it's crocheted. Isn't that just the most perfect thing? Thank you so much. It kind of has spurred me on that maybe this winter I will think about crocheting. Yeah, I'll think about it. But I received a lot of little charms from my friend that was traveling in, and this little card with beautiful floss. That was so much fun. We had a big agenda planned. We had a big agenda, so we knew that we were both Patreons of AKA Van Mom's Patreon page, and you're going to want to check that out. She is, and I think it was video 166 that I did of her, what's called the nest, her sewing stitchy space. But she's just a crafter and a stitcher and a quilter and a sewer, and I think I can create anything I want kind of person. And I knew that when she launched her Patreon page that I would be jumping on board. And I know I've explained Patreon to you all before, but if you're new, Patreon is another facet of like the YouTube social media platform where a person can launch a subscription page, so you subscribe to it much like you'd subscribe to a magazine, and they bring content to you every week or once a month, whatever their schedule is. And you get to know the other people on the page, because if they do a live Zoom, you meet other people, and so you're meeting people from all over the United States. And you don't have to be available for the Zoom. If your life is too busy, she records it and you can watch it at a later date. And the way my schedule has been lately, that's exactly what I'm doing. But she was going to do a specific make and take for some girlfriends. And so not only was it just fabulous to see her room again and get re-inspired about how I want to organize my floss, what I can do with all my crafty things. She's just a fountain of knowledge. But we got to do a make and take, and so on the make and take, let me see, did I bring it here? Let's see, what did I do? Oh yes, I do. I know I did. Oh yeah. So there's just so much around me. I wish I had, it was a mystery make and take, so I wasn't sure what we were making. I might have stitched something a little different had we known. But this is one of those little mint Altoid boxes. So I put a little washi tape, I think that's what this is called, tape around the edge, and I stitched, isn't that cute? And then attached some trim, and then it has all these little things in it. Little charm, a band-aid in case you hurt yourself, a little floss, and we had some chocolate. I already ate the chocolate, but isn't that cute? And I had been saving these cans for quite a while, and so now I know what I'm going to do with them. And then the other thing we made was we had cross-stitched just a little 1-inch thing, and we made a hexie scissor fob. I know, I'm so tickled about it. And these were just an afternoon of lovely stitching, and she gifted me, I have to show you this, because I fell in love with it. She was a participant in my sit and stitch class during the Quilters Affair this last summer in Sisters, Oregon, And I so admired this thing that she made, and she gifted me one. And what it is it's a photo frame, and you make this pocket, you sew this pocket, and it like holds little tools, like a, you know, maybe a pair of scissors, anything you would use in cross stitch. And then she also gifted me, I love these little floss, you know, they're kind of fuzzy postcards, and when you're stitching you put the roll of floss there to hold it. So I naturally went to the secondhand store, that like Habitat or Restore, and I found a frame, 50 cents, and I'm going to make another one. I'm going to try to figure out. But this is a project like she would teach on her Patreon page. So I'll put the link down below. So you're going to want to join us. It was so much fun. We had so much fun. I just love this. Absolutely love this. And then when I got home, I had received Happy Mail from her, because she sends out stuff to her Patreons. And there was all kinds of little stickers and DMC cards. She has given me such inspiration, you know, a lot of paper journaling things where it was in the mail. I thank you, Linda. I absolutely am very excited about it. And with all new ventures, you know, there's a learning curve to it, but she is just stepping up to the plate and is so excited. So that now, every time I go to the store, I think about these, like I don't know why I bought this pack of these things. Who knows, but when I saw them, I thought, huh. And then at the secondhand store, I found a whole pack of Hexie papers. Yep. It was quite a few days together. And although I wanted to be a totally relaxing day, it ended up being like a working day, because my phone wouldn't stop ringing. But we dealt with it. Because it was a combination of work and fun, and sometimes I felt like mostly work, I didn't get as much stitching done as I thought, and I had forgotten one of the projects that I wanted to bring, but that's okay. I'll take it on my next little adventure. And this is how far I got on my hashtag Leanne's Legacy piece. That is Henry, and he's getting pretty close to done. So I also, let's see, I got kind of a little bit hyper-focused on a piece. I think because my phone was literally blowing up. I couldn't, I had a plan of all the projects that I brought along with me to do an hour on each one and then rotate back around. I found that I had to readjust that plan. And I think that's one of the things that we have to allow ourselves, is that when things are not quite going the way you intended, that it's okay. You're the boss of yourself, to readjust the plan and kind of take a deep breath and say, okay, we can redo this. And I decided I got kind of focused on this particular, I'm trying to find the chart. Let's see. I know, I'm looking all around. There's stuff all around me. Here we go. Diligent. Everything exceedingly diligent. This was my birthday start from last year, I believe. Some birthday I had. And so I kind of a little bit got focused on it. And I started working on this is how. I don't have a whole lot left to do. So I worked on that house and the tree and the crow, and I have some fill-in to do, and then I just have this part left to do here. So I'm going to keep working away on that one. I also took Away We Ride, which was a Blackbird design, and I believe that was a birthday start. Thought I brought myself, oh, I did. No? Well, who knows where my drink ended up. And I finished across the top. I mean the inner border here, right here. Got that going. So I'm going to keep working away at that. I'm going to keep working away at both my birthday stitches, because naturally I want to start a third one. Fun, huh? I took everything with me in my my big heather bag. Oh my gosh, this thing is gargantuan, but isn't it gorgeous? So everything went with me in my heather bag. Okay. After visiting, well, before we went to our make and take class, we went to Lori's house, who is textilist, and I'll list all these Patreons or floss tubes or Instagram links as I remember them. But we went to Lori Textilist's home to take a tour, and it's such an inspiration of not only cross-stitch and quilting, but in setting decor items and all, you know, some people just have a knack, and they have a knack of spotting what will go together with what, and then the cadence of their life and the cadence of their stitching is something I aspire to, because it looks like I wonder how some people get so much done, and are there tools or tips about the way they approach their life? And I know I've told many times about my friend Sandy, who always gave me that tip. 15 minutes. If you've got 15 minutes, you can get a few stitches in. And so that's, that I hear that a lot. But when it came to decor, both Linda and Lori really have a talent for it. And so I paid attention to how things were done. And when we went antiquing, after the next day we went antiquing, I found this chest in the antique store, and I'm going to kind of fix it up a little. It's a little older one, but just to have these drawers opened and have some cute things like cross stitch. The thing I loved about Linda's cross stitch is that she said, you know, maybe we don't want to do everything into a pillow. Maybe we don't want to spend the money on framing everything, or maybe we don't want to flat fold, spend the time. Maybe we can just stitch it much like you do an envelope or an envelope quilt, and and she has them stacked in there so that she can see them. She can kind of flip through them and enjoy them, but they're, and then she leaves the drawer open and then has them stacked like that. I just thought it was just very clever, very, very clever. And so I intend to aspire to kind of reinvent some of the things that I'm doing and enjoying. I think that is about it, except for I did pick up the Maya Angelou stitch that I was doing. You know, you remember the one that I didn't have enough fabric to do it as the pattern was charted, and I absolutely love it. And I am grateful for all of you who encouraged me to keep on going. It'll be okay. It looks beautiful, and just be happy with it. And so here it is framed. I just absolutely am so happy with it. And so I now have a finish for this month. It's just lovely. It's just lovely. And it reinforces for me that when you make a mistake, it isn't a disaster. It isn't even really a mistake. It's a reinvention of possibilities. And I think that that's something that I need to listen to within myself and to share with others, is that there's always an opportunity for a different path. So all I can say is that this last week has had its highs and lows, and I wouldn't want anything different. I had a fabulous time. I'm looking forward to fall. I can kind of feel it. I had a little bit of a hard time because of all the smoke. I feel like I have a gravelly voice. There was quite a bit of smoke. And so it's nice to have it kind of cleared out now in a little bit of fresh air. But I'm looking forward to some fall weather and to continue on with my stitching. I hope all of you are doing well. I have enjoyed all your supportive and inspirational words. And so we will see you next time. If by next time I don't hear from the winner of the gift card, I will redraw on the next YouTube. Thank you so much, and take care. I love you guys.